Lars Ottersgård, and I'm running the market technology division of Nasdaq today. I have a long career in technology. I started in IBM 1985, and I made a traditional career in IBM that was run out of America, and we didn't have much to say back home in Sweden or Europe. So I decided after 20 years in that company, it was time to move to a locally run company, something Swedish, and hopefully be part of that management team. And in 2006, I joined OMX as the head of sales of the global technology division, which was great, being in a Swedish company, part of the decision layer, and having a fun time. 2 years later, I was back in an American company acquired by Nasdaq. That's how things go. I think when Nasdaq had acquired us, I think there was a couple of things that was good and bad. On the bad side, we had to very quickly meet the harsh realities of competition. Nasdaq, always been in a very competitive environment, helped OMX to understand what it takes to be competitive, but it also included to get a real control over how you organized and how the cost was handled and so on. So it was a tough start. At the same time, the communication from Nasdaq was brilliant. And very, very quickly, we were part of a global organization, a truly global organization. And we never felt like we were something that was acquired. We really truly felt that it was a merger of equals. And of course it was, by the way. From a market tech perspective, I think it was a blessing for us. First, we were a bit afraid that Nasdaq, being an owner of our technology division, would make us impossible for certain clients to buy from political reasons, competitive reasons. OMX was not a threat anywhere in the world. But on the other hand, Nasdaq sat on a lot of technology competence and really went in and helped us take the necessary decisions to make our technology relevant again, because we were actually on the way of making ourselves disrupted by a technology that was not in par with the requirements in the market at the time. So I think Nasdaq saved our technology division. Well, there's been plenty of favorite moments during the last 10 years. It's been a fun ride, but I've always been in sales or close to sales, customers. So it has to be when we closed the Borsa Istanbul deal, which was a fantastic moment for us. It's been long negotiations, often late nights. Actually, the tactics was to say nothing for a full day and start talk at midnight. And the day we closed the deal, we had been negotiating all night, all till 5 o'clock in the morning. Then we shook hands, we went back to our hotel, and we forced the bartender to open the bar, and we shared a bottle of champagne. That was the best moment so far. To be honest with you, I didn't really know Nasdaq at the time. For me, it was an equity exchange in US, so no, I would not have envisaged the story of Nasdaq at that time. I knew OMX, and I think Nasdaq made OMX what we always wanted to be, but we were a dwarf in the industry. So with Nasdaq together, we have made something that has overcome all my dreams, what you thought it to be. So I think it's been much more than I could envisage at the time. What excites me most about Nasdaq's future is that we have a future. I think our industry, many of the participants in our industry sit in full dependency of the market forces. We have taken our own destiny into our hands. We have put a strategy in place, and we are investing in our strategy moving forward. So I think the leadership, the market position we have, and the brand, that's going to make us really strong in the future. I think after the merger, there's always a worry that, okay, so now we're run by Americans again. But I think Nasdaq is truly an international company and has lifted up people from all over the world into senior positions. I mean, Hans Soldi very early was a senior player in the organization, and I'm a lucky one. I went from my SVP role as the head of sales in market technology to actually being an EVP and running the whole division. So I think Nasdaq is really a global company and is looking for global talent and not an American company. One of the testimony or proof points that we are a global company, really leveraging that is not only my own career, but just recently I hired Magnus Haglin as my head of product development for the whole market technology business. Magnus was a developer manager back in Sweden, moving into commodities, then got the opportunity to be a CEO of one of our new businesses in Chicago, here in US, coming back to Europe and back into the technology business with me. So that is the type of journey that I think a global company that C talents are able to promote and handle. If you come into Nasdaq in Europe, I think there's numerous ways of making a career. First of all, we are not that small. We are a traditional career opportunity in the organization, in your country or in Europe. But it's also a good opportunity to get career moves globally. So I think never give up. Show that you're worth something. Don't hesitate. Just because you're European doesn't mean you can't get into the senior leadership of this global company. So don't give up. Show that you're good. For me, in the technology division, I would say that Nasdaq's view on what we do to rewrite tomorrow is that we are not a follower in how to embrace new technologies and what that can make in changes of how you operate and run markets. We are talking with our clients on things that they haven't yet started to think of. I think we are becoming a true leader in how to make markets globally work in many parts of our industry, not only the financial industry.